What is up, you guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. I am a cartoon bro, and I wanted to bring this up because this has to do with the the anime chief, the vice president of Toonami, who's basically talking about video streaming services in the art world. But before we get started, guys, make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and on with the show. All right, so cartoonbrew.com says WarnerMedia anime chief Jason Demarco, he actually became the chief president, the vice president of Toonami. I think it was in August this year, 2021. It says the effort it takes to create art has been devalued in streaming age. Yeah, so basically he's saying that because of video streaming services, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Now, Paramount, Peacock, the value of art, it's people they don't value it as much because they don't see the difference between consuming content on YouTube versus consuming content on Netflix or Disney Plus. Because in a way, it's not like before, or like when you watch something in the movie theaters, later on, if you wanted to buy it again, either you go again to the movie theaters, right? Or you have to go and buy the DVD when it comes out on DVD, right? But the age of DVDs, and even the age of DVDs is over. Like collecting movies, collecting VHS, DVD, having a DVD collection, that is a dying hobby, and it's all thanks to video streaming services. Because back then, with DVD sales, companies used to make a lot of movies. Companies used to make a lot of money off the DVD sales, right? Especially Disney. Oh my God, Disney will make so much in VHS tapes. I mean, I know because I had my grandmother used to buy them for me. But anyways, I'm gonna read you what it says here. It says Jason Demarco, basically Toonami's anime chief, she said has a few issues with the way we watch stuff, right? In a Twitter thread, the executive laments that the rise of streaming platforms was narrowing the theatrical market to huge event movies. While acknowledging that streaming has made more art available than before, he worries that it is being subsumed into a sea of online content, right? It says, fucking bummer that no one will see anything that isn't a huge event movie in the theaters anymore, he says. And then he says, it's not good for movies at all, but they're made so easy to just stream any old thing that the average consumer ain't gonna spend the money or time on anything that isn't big. So basically what he's saying is superhero movies, right? Superhero movies, unless it's a superhero movie, people do not want to go watch it. Like if an animated Disney movie comes out now, they'll be like, oh, I'll just wait for it on Disney Plus, right? But unless it's like a huge movie franchise, they don't want to go out. Unless it's a superhero movie or a movie from, I don't know, Christopher Nolan or something like Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, Steven Spielberg, unless it's, a big event movie like that, then a lot of people, they're just like, you know what, I'll just wait for it to come out on streaming. And then it says, Demarco here, he adds, it says, there's more art available now, and it's easier to get than ever before, but the work it takes to create it has really been devalued in the eyes of the consumer. It's all just content. A YouTube video is just the same way as a Twitch stream or a streaming service. That is very true. That is very, very, very true. Because on YouTube, everything's free. Videos are free, And I'm not counting like the subscription, like subscribing to somebody's channel, like paid subscription for extra content. Forget that. Like I'm talking about like you just go in and consume as much videos as you want. In Netflix, yeah, you do pay a monthly fee, but it's like you have millions of videos at your fingertip, at the push of a button or a mouse click. right? So you got millions of videos, whether if it's anime, movies, TV shows of any genre, documentaries, you know, cooking shows, contests, all of that is right there, right? It's all available to you. So because, you know, we have this abundance mentality, so, you know, it's so abundant that people are like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to pay for it. We cannot devalue it, like, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, people don't really care how long something takes. They just care about the end product. And, you know, and I learned that when I was writing novels. I don't write novels anymore. And I never actually made it into a career. But I learned that when I was writing, people do not give a shit about how long it takes to write a book. They only care about the end product. Give me the end product. Let me pay for it, and that's it. Right? And then Demarco then goes on to say, you know, points out a finger at the weird tribalism people have about some of the massive corporate-driven IPs. This kind of fandom makes the landscape even more hostile for anyone trying to do something different, or even for anyone trying to engage with it. Okay, well, about the fandom, bro. If he's talking about like anime live action adaptations, yeah, there's a bit of an anime gate because Hollywood has proven to do so horribly with anime movies. If they're talking about if he's talking about the tribalism when it comes to like certain fandoms, like let's say like the Harry Potter, for example, or like the superhero stuff, Marvel, DC. Yeah, there is a bit of tribalism there, but at the same time it's divided. Like nowadays, yeah, there's fandom, but even fandoms are divided now. So, and also, I guess he didn't want to mention it. Perhaps he didn't want to mention it. Along with this tribalism, the reason why people get mad nowadays is because, you know, there's so much, you know, political agendas and identity politics in movies, TV shows that are being pushed that people just get pissed off. So what is it exactly that these movie studios are trying to do different that's pissing people off? Maybe it's the way they're going about it, not necessarily like doing something different. You ever thought of that, Mr. Demarco? Again, in case you're wondering, Mr. Demarco, the anime chief of Toonami, his if you guys want to go check him out, his Twitter account is called ClarkNova1, something like that. Spiral Curse Demarco. That's his username, right? Spiral Curse Demarco. All right, and that is all I have to say. So yeah, I mean, video streaming services have changed the game, but you know, people still buy merchandise, so it's not like they, you know, they don't want to go to the movies anymore. It's just that it's, you know, if I can watch it at home, you know, like the Matrix 4 came out in theaters, but it's also on HBO. So should I go and pay more money at the movie theaters when I can stay at home and watch it on HBO? I'm already paying, you know, a subscription fee of $15 a month. That's also the problem. That's what Disney's doing. Disney is releasing movies in theaters and on the streaming platform, right? So it's like, okay, so, you know, where should I go? Should I go to the movies, stay at home and watch it? People have more choices, but what will determine how popular something is now is merchandise. A good example is Stranger Things. Stranger Things merchandise sells like hotcakes, right? Stranger Things merchandise sells like hotcakes. It's on Netflix, on a video streaming platform, but the merchandise is so, you know, is so popular that you see it all the time at FYE. I mean, if it's still open. I see it at Hot Topic, you know. Same thing with anime. Anime makes a lot of money from merchandise. So, you know, now there's different ways of making money with movies, not just the movie ticket sales, but you know, it's time for these movie studios to get a little more creative as to how they generate revenue, because things are changing and there's more ways of consuming entertainment. So that's all I have to say. This is Andy Matrix. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, like the video, comment below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Godspeed.